loaded up and ready to go. Next stop, Mudro Entry Point, which is 1,445 miles, 22 hours for 8 to 9 day solo canoe trip up in the Boundary Water. All right, I'm here at Mudro Lake Entry 22 and 23, and this is the first portage into Mudro. It's a little short one. All right, we're here. This is the entry for Mudro Lake. So we'll just go that way. I think we have one portage from Mudro to Sandpit Lake, I think. So, but got everything packed up, ready to go. So, it's getting kind of late. Let's see here, getting on the water right now. It's 3:13. So I know there's a camp. As soon as before I portage over into Sandpit, there's a camp on Mudro. I'm gonna look at that. And if that's not good, then there's one on Sandpit Lake. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up camp. Since it's kind of late, I only got about 3 hours sleep last night. So, but here we go. All right, so yesterday drove 1,100 miles. Stopped off at Love's in, I think, Rochester, Minnesota. And then drove the other 340 miles this morning. So I got in here, and the plan is just I have several different routes. I'm looking at from easy to maybe a little harder, so I'll probably go with the easier route. Because this is my really first time doing portaging and canoeing. Usually it's always just been overnight trips on the river. So, but I only had about 3 hours sleep last night because I got in at that Love's gas station about 2:30 in the morning. And by the time I got situated at 3, fell asleep, and then woke up at 6:30, got a shower, and then jumped on the road here. So, but yeah, so let me turn around. So we are in the Boundary Waters, starting on Mudro Lake. Like I said, either going to camp on Mudro Lake or Sandpit Lake. There's 2 camps there, and if those ain't too great, because I know the photos online didn't look too great, I might try. I know there's a nice camp right there on Basswood Lake as soon as I come through a little canal like this. So we'll see. But main goal is just to find a camp real quick, set up, and just relax for the evening. Alright, guess I got first beaver dam. Or let's drag it over, get over that way. Guess you could go around there, but it's real muddy, so it's just easier to drag and drop. First obstacle completed. And another beaver dam. Guess these beavers have been busy. Real pretty here. Wind's kind of blowing today, so and nope. Looks like once you pass this rock garden, it opens up to the lake, Mudro Lake. too. Swing around, swing around. There we go. There we go. Just put a little bumper. Our boats with these rocks. All right, swing around, swing around. Come on, come on. There we go, there we go. Yeah. Look at that, didn't even have to get out. Man, I'm getting good at this. All right, and the lake. Now we gotta go the other end of that lake. And there's a portage into a sand pit lake, but there should also be a camp around that portage. So we'll check it out because it is starting to get dark a little bit. Talk to you in a little bit. All right, decided to stay on Mudro Lake. So this is the camp. You got a little fire pit there. And then my hammock is set up down here because it's kind of windy, so the wind is kind of coming this way from the south. And so I kind of hidden down there in the trees. And then the canoe's down there. But yeah, wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so windy and cold. But it's really a really nice camp. And I want to say it on Paddle Planner didn't really have high ratings. I like it. So, but I bought a Subway sandwich, so I'm gonna sit here and eat my Subway sandwich. And probably won't do a fire because the wind's kind of coming from the south, and it's kind of blow that way. Don't want that to happen. Plus, with only 3 hours sleep last night, I'll be hitting the bed soon anyway. So, but hopefully we'll stick around a little bit for nighttime. Maybe check out some stars. All right, it's 8:30 in the morning. Beautiful lake. Got a nice breeze going with some gusts. So I was gonna go up Basswood Lake today, and with the, I think it's a headwind coming the whole time. So I'm gonna do several portages, and I'll go over the map in a little while. So right now I just got some breakfast cooking, some oatmeal, and then just eat that and stare out into the lake, warm up some, and get all packed up and ready to go. Just had to filter my water, so should be going good. All right, so 9:30 in the morning, getting on the water. I have 1, 2, 3, 6 portages today total to get me to Basswood River. Plan on portaging over to Sandpit Lake, and then Sandpit Lake portaged into Tin Can Mike Lake, and then from there portage into Horse Lake, and then from Horse Lake I'll go up the Horse River to Basswood River, and there's 3 portages on that river. So hopefully the water won't be low. If it does, then I'll go from, I think it's Horse, over to a lake to the west. Can't remember the name of it, but that's the plan so far. So portage is gonna be interesting. Haven't done any of that before, so I'm planning on just doing double, you know, take gear, come back, get the canoe. So be interesting. But here's the lake. Nice and quiet, other than the wind. All right, here's the portage. It goes uphill. So that was a 193 meter portage. And I'm used to that stuff. Had a nice incline, and ended up having, instead of double, triple carry, because I have 2 60-liter dry bags, duffels, and I thought I could put like one in the front, one in the back, but when I put it in the front, it gets to a point where I can't see where I'm stepping, and it was pretty rocky, so I ended up doing triple. And since that portage kicked my rear end, I am not going over to Tin Can Lake. I'm going to head over to Basswood Lake. It's a pretty big one. The wind's kind of blowing, but there are a few camps right as soon as I get on it. So probably stay there. Like an early day of this also, just try to recoup my sleep and rest from the drive. So there's only one more portage after this, and it's only like 58 meters, so not too bad. I did see 2 girls coming off this lake here, portioned over to Mudro. They did a 4-day trip, and they said that little river that connects Sandpit to Basswood is a little low, but and there's tons of beaver dams, so looks like I'll be doing some pullovers. But that's it. So this is Sandpit Lake. nice seeing all the trees changing colors. I don't know if y'all can see way over there on those. You got a lot of green, yellow, and reds. Definitely a pretty lake. So here's the portage to Tin Can Lake. I don't know. I might try it. Alright, so this wasn't bad. No hills, all flat. So there's the lake there. It's either like 400, I think it's like 400 something meters. So, but it wasn't all on wood plank either. It was just flat ground, a dirt path. Nice and windy. All right, Tin Can Mike Lake. All right, at camp, I forgot the name of it, but it's on a Tin Can Mike Lake, and it's the only camp on the east side of the river. There are two on the west side, but this one seemed like a lot nicer, and plus, since I had a hammock, I was able to hang my hammock kind of out of the wind. But here's the lake. So I came in way down there, and then I think there's a camp over here, and then a camp over there. So, but this is a nicer one here. But and then the portage tomorrow is over that way somewhere. Yeah, I think it's over there. But here's camp here, and then I was able to set up the hammock back there, kind of away from all the wind and all that. So there's only a few trees to hang. I mean, a lot of those are, as you can see, don't have tops or dead, stuff like that. But nice camp though. I got a fire pit and all. But, look, train or bathroom is up that way. But yeah, it's a real pretty lake. And the plan for tomorrow is so I actually started here on Mudro, paddled and stayed on the first camp at Mudro Lake, and then today portaged 193 meters into Sandpit Lake, and then 648 meters into Tin Can Mike Lake, and then I'm camped right here on 2095. So then tomorrow I got 444 meter portage into Horse Lake, come up Horse Lake, go down Horse River, got a 243 meter portage, then a 246 meter, then a 361, and then I'll come out on Basswood River, and I'll camp one of these camps here. And then after tomorrow, I'll figure it out if I'm gonna come down to the Basswood Upper Falls or just go straight up Crooked Lake. So most likely I'll probably go up Crooked Lake just to avoid all the portage, because when I come back I'm gonna come down Crooked Lake, and I might go out this way around Basswood and then come to get out. So I might save that portion for another day. Yeah, just right now, just relaxing. A little friend. Hey, little guy. Guess he's a little shy. Alright, I have some noodles, hopefully bulk, to cook. Got some tomatoes, bell peppers, green onions, and I got this seasoned tuna with spices, and if that's not enough spices, then I'll add that along with it. That's what's for dinner. The sun starting to go down. Alright, the finished product. Actually pretty good. Now I'm going to enjoy this and sit back and enjoy the fire too. Alright, so it's day 3 and real foggy morning. The plan is to go over the portage area somewhere over there. Can't see the land, but it's not too far, so I'll just paddle over there, hit land, and find it. Portage over to Horse Lake, and then paddle up Horse Lake into Horse River, take Horse River into Basswood River, and there are several camps right there along one of the falls. So that's the plan today. can't remember the mileage. I know there is 4 portages. So I'm gonna go ahead and get an early start, because I don't know if they're hilly or flat or what, and I'm not really sure how Horse Lake is as to water. I know the 2 girls yesterday said it was a little low, they had to walk some, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting packed up. But yeah, nice foggy morning. All right. Leaving the lake. It's about 9:40 in the morning. Hardly any wind, which is nice. Just a nice calm lake. And the portage is straight ahead. So this portage is 444 meters. So doesn't look like it's going to be hilly. I think it might be pretty flat. So that's a plus. There's the lake. Almost there. Horse Lake. This Horse Lake. You got 2 white swans or geese. I don't know birds. But they're white and they got big long necks. And they're big. So alright, time to go with the rest of the stuff. So this is Horse Lake. I just came off down that way, and it goes way out there. So I'm going to be going to the right once we pass this point here. Man, this is a pretty big lake. All right. Horse River should be somewhere straight ahead. My GPS map showing it's right over here, but I don't see no river. And there was no portage. I guess I am going to go over to Fortown Lake then. I don't know if those girls are talking about. I don't know if this is, I mean, according to my GPS coordinates, you know, I'm like right on it. Plus being fall, it might be shallow. I don't feel like dealing with a shallow walking and dragging. So I know on Horse Lake, back toward a little bit where it came from, there's a portage over to Fortown Lake. We'll head on over there. Go to Fortown Lake and work our way up to, I think it's Gun Lake. And then there's a couple small lakes, and then Crooked Lake. All right, so found Horse River. I knew since if I could do Horse River, on the other side of the lake, there was a portage into Fortown Lake. So I was heading that way, and then I saw a gentleman paddling. He was actually going to do the portage at Fortown, so I talked to him at the portage. And I asked him where the river, if he knew where the Horse River was, and he explained. He showed me on the map. So what happened was I went into one bay too soon, so I should have kept going up Horse River and then taken the second bay in. So finally made it, but did a lot of paddling across the lake with the wind and had to paddle back. But we're on Horse River now, heading up to Basswood River. My mind's so tired. So just saw two gentlemen coming through in the little rock thing you just saw me going through. I didn't know you can go through there. And I was about to portage all my stuff over hill into this lake here, this little area. And I saw them scoot on through, and I was like, oh, there's an opening. And they said, yeah, you had to do a little pullover. Not much, it's just a little rock bed. You know, as you saw, I got out and pulled over. But yeah, it's a lot better than having to portage all this stuff. So lesson learned: check all routes first before portaging. So, but here it is. put y'all down. All right, made it through the rock garden. Whew, a lot better than I guess portaging. All right, back to the river. Had a little slip, got about knee deep in water on one leg, but all good. Made it through that garden, and hopefully we can get on through. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. All right, on Basswood River, here's the camp. I don't know the camp number because it wasn't one I was planning on staying at, but it's a nice one. I think over there is one of the Basswood Falls, upper, lower, and then that way is the other one. Today is going to be a rest day. As you can see, it's already rained a little bit today. It's going to rain some more this afternoon and throughout the day and tonight. So it's just going to be a rest day. Got the hammock set up over here. But I'm gonna have a change of plans. Yesterday, about midday, I started getting these severe pains in my lower stomach, and wasn't able to eat lunch or dinner. I had a peanut butter wrap yesterday, and that was it. And and I had a granola bar, which almost spit it back up. I don't know what's going on with the pain, but still this morning I can't eat. And yesterday with those 3 portages, it almost took everything out of me. So today's rest day. Hopefully if I rest enough, I can maybe get some food in me. Depending on how I feel tomorrow, I'm just gonna head back the same way I came, down Horse River, and head back home. But what I'll probably do is head to Horse River and then portage into Tin Can Mike and stay the night, and then eat some more, and then go into Sandpit and probably stay the night there, because the last portage from Sandpit to Mudro is a really steep one, especially heading back out. Come back in, it wasn't so bad. I mean, it was kind of up a little bit, but you had a steep downhill incline. So just with not eating, it's just kind of hard to get the energy level up to be able to carry everything. So that's the plan. Kind of sucks. Kind of came all this up here. But hey, that's what it is. That's what happens. So yeah, that's today. Just rest. Hopefully be able to get some food in me, get some energy up. I mean, yeah, I'm just depleted. So, but that's pretty much it for today. I don't know if I'll record anymore today. I record on the river on the way back some, but yeah, I mean, nothing to record. I'm going to be resting in the hammock and hopefully eating. Plus, like I said, it's rain today anyway, so can't do anything. So, all right. Looks like a while back a beaver found this tree to be tasty, but didn't finish it. So it's still alive. And of course, I guess there's success on that one. Well, at least he chewed around and maybe the wind blew it down, because there wasn't much left to hold it up. Looks like it got started on that one there too. This tree fell. It just shows you how shallow these roots are on some of these trees. I mean, they pretty much, it grew on top of this rock, and that's the root system. I mean, pretty shallow, so I can see how there's a lot of blowdowns around here. I mean, same for these trees here. I mean, it's all rock. You can see all the root system going around, so it's not much into the ground. So, but this is a beautiful place. I wish I could stay longer and enjoy it. And there's another one right here. Right by the canoe. But that's Canada right there. So pretty much the route I was going to take was go down, cross over that upper or lower Basswood, and then take Crooked Lake up, and then go over to Curtin Falls, you know, cross over some bays and stuff, and then come back. But I would have been following, you know, the US-Canada border, because that's Canada, and it kind of stays that way all the way up. But so hey mates over there in Canada. But yeah, so I'm gonna go relax a little bit more, get up, maybe try to do some lunch. I can't eat anything right now. My stomach is just, it's not allowing me to. So maybe I'll be able to get something for lunch. Talk to y'all later. Alright. Woke up this morning, pain actually a little bit worse than it has been. I was able to get a little food in, so I just made the decision to go ahead and start making my way back. just in case the pain even gets worse. Kind of feels like a long time ago I had diverticulitis. It's down in that lower area. And I had used to have diverticulitis ever since I was 20. Had severe, and then I think in 2013, I think it was, they went in and removed about 2 feet of my colon where the bad portion was. But I haven't had issues since, other than just got to watch what I eat. Some things just don't agree with me. But the pain, I mean, it's been, 12 years since I've had one of those attacks, so it kind of feels like that, like it's coming on. So I just need to hurry up and get back to the car, so that way if it does flare up, I can run by an urgent care or something, get some medication. But yeah, I just got off Basswood River. Now I am on Horse River, and working my way back the same route that I came. I'm hoping I have enough energy to make it all the way into Tin Can Mike Lake, and then that'll give me the next tomorrow to Portage into Sandpit Lake, which is, I think it's like a 600 something meter, but it's flat, so hopefully it won't be an issue. And then the big portage, well, I mean, it's only 193 meters, but it is a very steep one heading back. So, but if I can do those 2 portages tomorrow, then I'll be in the car sometime tomorrow, midday, I guess, or afternoon, just depending on how fast I can do those portages. But yeah, just kind of sucks. Had to cut my trip short. Actually, it's only 2 days, but those 2 days I was going to go up Crooked Lake and check out the pictographs. I don't know if I would have had time for curtain falls, but at least I could at least made it all the way up to the top of the Crooked Lake. There was a nice camp I wanted to do there, but oh well. But here's the river, enough of me. So this portion I didn't show on the way up here because it was just getting late, dark, so when I made the camp. But this is it here. It's just a grassy field. When I came up, this had a lot of geese and ducks on it, so see any yet. Okay, I just kind of want to give an update on my trip since the last video was the morning of the 5th day. So basically, the morning of the 5th day, I woke up, stomach just hurting too much due to the pain, wondering if it's gonna be the diverticulitis, and just being so far away from civilization. I decided to turn back and start heading back. The plan was to paddle all the way down, stay on Tin Can Mike Lake. But once I got to Tin Can Mike Lake, the portage from that Tin Can Mike Lake to Sandpit was pretty flat. It was the longest. It was like 640 something meters or something like that. So I went ahead and did that one, which I ended up finishing up late on the 5th at dark time. There was a camp on Sandpit Lake, but I couldn't find it due to the darkness. So I just paddled over to the beginning of the portage and just hung my hammock up real quick went to sleep, and then woke up the next morning, and then did that long, not the long portage, it was 193 meters, but it was a steep one, but it's 193 meters times 5 because I had to, all my portages were triple carry. So, pretty much walk that route 5 times, basically. I portaged over from Sandpit into Mudro, and then the small portage from Mudro to the car. The 5th day, I couldn't eat anything, couldn't get anything down. The 6th day, same thing, couldn't get anything down. I did get to the car probably about 1:15, 1:30, got everything loaded, went over to an outfitter, took a shower there, and then went straight to Eli Community Hospital in the ER room. They went ahead and hooked me up with some IVs, gave me some pain medicine and some nausea medicine, and then this CT scan came back negative. They couldn't find anything, but they did give me they did find like an infection, so they gave me some antibiotics for an infection. They said that most likely caused the stomach pains and not being able to eat. So I think I checked out of the hospital by around 6 o'clock that evening on the 6th day. And before I checked out, they brought me some plain mashed potatoes, and I could barely eat that, get that down. I was feeling a little bit better as to energy-wise. I didn't feel as depleted because I guess the IV helped out a lot. So I ended up driving 6 hours that evening, pulled over, went to sleep for about 4 hours, then woke back up the next morning and drove the other 16 hours back home to Mobile, Alabama. But yeah, the 5th day and 6th day, I didn't have anything to eat. The 4th day, I was able to get a little bit of oatmeal in and a few bites of the freeze-dried meal. And then the 3rd day, I just had a peanut butter jelly wrap. So out of 2 days, the amount of food I ate was probably just for one meal. So I went, roughly about 3 days, I guess you could say, without eating. It was a beautiful trip. I loved it. The portaging was tough. I've never done portaging. I'm always just, getting on a river, 5-6 days and staying on that river. And the only time my gear comes off after portage is just the gear from the river to my campsite. So this was definitely something different. I was going to try to do the Rio Grande. I think it's like 133 miles on the Rio Grande instead of this trip. But when I contacted the outfitter over there, in order for me to get a permit, I had to go to the office, permit office, whatever, to get, because it is the Big Bend National Park. But due to the government shutdown, I wasn't able to get a permit, so then that's when I decided, let's do the boundary water. And I think, I decided to do the boundary water one day, and then 7 days later, some quick, intensive planning, I was on the road up to Minnesota. So not much planning, not much getting ready to do this type of portaging and all that stuff. But it was definitely a fun trip. Definitely hard. But the mileage is, I guess it's more like a hike versus a canoe trip, because I almost hiked, as much as I paddled. Total miles was 32.9 miles. That's total paddling and portaging. Only paddled 17.6 miles. Probably maybe 18, 19 miles total, from when I was on Horse Lake, went across one side of the lake and back the other. So, and then total portaging was 15.3 miles. So it was definitely an exhausting trip. I'm feeling better now. No issues now. I'm back home. But yeah, it was definitely an eye opener. I had my Garmin. Could have hit the SOS, but then I was worried about what's going to happen to my gear. So that's the reason why I just even though I couldn't eat or anything, then I decided to just go ahead and try to get out myself. That last portage though, from Sandpit to Mudro, really took it out of me. I think coming from Mudro to Sandpit when I started the trip, it might have taken me maybe hour and 20 minutes, 2 hours max probably to do that portage. And then the portage back on the 6th day took me close to 4.5, 5 hours maybe. I would literally just pick my gear up, walk about 20, 30 yards, and then almost pass out. So I had to sit down, until I catch my breath again, and then pick the gear up, walk another 20, 30 yards, sit back down. So it was a very long, exhausting trip, but it was definitely beautiful. I enjoyed it. The only wildlife I saw, of course, is my friend Theodore, the chipmunk, and then the swans, some geese, and some ducks. The last night camping at the entry point of the portage on Sandpit, there might have been a bear there. I heard something big in the water stomping around, and then it'll stop, and then it'll be like splash, 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 and then it'll stop again, and then a couple more steps, and then splash, splash, splash. So it was either a moose or a bear. I'll say it's not a moose, because a moose is probably just going to walk in there and get the weed from the water. They're going to stand there and eat. It might have been, I'm thinking a bear was chasing some fish along the shoreline, since I was right there at the shoreline. But I was too exhausted to even worry about trying to get out of my hammock and look, get out from under the tarp to look. So I just slept through it. Didn't end up in a bear's mouth that morning, so all good. But yeah, my next trip is going to be sometime in 2026. I am going to do the Rio Grande. Really looking forward to that. It's just beautiful scenery, just all the tall bluffs, canyons and stuff. So, but yeah, that's it for now. But thanks for watching.